Good morning, Carol. Hopefully, you guys can hear me. I was having some issues signing in this morning. I've been away from my computer for a week. So like things weren't working well because of updates and all. So, Carol, if you can hear me, let me know. I don't know if Lee is on here yet to let me know that. But hello, 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 everybody. It's a beautiful morning. There we go. Beautiful morning. And let me put this out in front of me so I can see what's going on. Um, wow, it has been a week. I just got back from the Market America convention on Sunday. It finally ended. Thanks, Carol. Appreciate you. And wow, what a week. We went like Wednesday through Sunday. Learning and massive amounts of people there, just an exciting time. This company is 32 years old, and it is definitely going places, and they're doing some things that are going to put themselves out there more so in front of everybody. Although to see all the people there, you would think everybody knew about it for sure, but I, for one, did not when I first found it. So just an exciting time, but I will be sharing more than that. I'll tell you what is good though. Let me share this. Any other convention I have ever been to, because y'all know me, I'm a people person. I love people. I want to hug on them. I want to be right here. You know that's me. So, but normally when I come back from anything like that, I come back like sick. And I mean sick like cold, snotting, I'm down for a few days, that kind of thing. And it's okay because it's always been worth it because they're my people, right? But I went like quadruple and more the amount of people there, but stayed on. Thanks, babe. Love you. But stayed on all my supplements. Everything that I'm taking through Market America, and that OPC3, I cannot talk about it more. Staying on my magnesium, and I believe me, I need you to know I have people staying in my house. So I was having to get up before 5 a.m., which is not a Mama Molly thing. Let me be honest, Mama. We do not do that. I do not do that. It's like, no, but I had to because people had to get in the shower. And so it was every day before 5 o'clock. I don't think we got home one evening before 11 o'clock because I was driving back and forth because it's in Greensboro, North Carolina, about an hour from me. But I have to tell you, I am not sick. And that is a pure testimony of when you are on amazing supplements and things that your body is lacking, that, yeah. Like, you can be okay hugging on people, kissing on people, and smacking them on the back and high fiving them, and screaming and yelling. I do. My voice is a little hoarse, but that's from all the screaming and stuff. But what it did show me is it wasn't just in my head that I'm feeling so much better. Like, I feel better, and I could keep up with that. Hey, Roger, good to see you. Thanks for saying something. Hope you're well, my friend. So I love it. I love it. I love it. That Core 3 Health with the magnesium and the NAD plus, and of course the OPC3 has been a real life changer for me, along with other stuff. So it's good things. And we missed last week because of it. So it's been a couple of weeks since I've been to you guys. But here I am. I'm back. See, I told you I'd be back. I tried to keep my word on that. And I thought it was interesting that the next chapter that Liza has for us, it talks about time, and it's really weird. When I was at the conference, the one thing that the founder, J.R. Ridinger, always said was, it's not when you were born, it's not when you die. You know how you see that on the tombstone. It's what you do with the dash. What are you going to do with the dash in between? And that's so just huge because What are you doing with your dash? What are you doing to make a difference? Are you staying angry? Are you staying frustrated? Are you just sitting waiting for things to happen? Or are you moving forward to making things happen? Are you moving forward to things like forgiveness? There are, forgiveness is a hard one. I need you to know that. Like, forgiveness is tough. It is. And look, I need to be more like Jesus. Let me be clear. I need to be more like Jesus. I am not the best at this, but I keep trying. I keep trying 100%. I keep trying. That when people wrong you, when people talk about you, but yet, especially the ones who think that you don't know that they're talking about you, right? And then when they see you, they act like, oh gosh, how are you doing? Or when you comment on their stuff and and you know that. And what I've realized is I don't know where all that comes from. I don't think it's about me. I don't. And that's hard not to think that it's about me. Hold on, let me see here. Gwenda said, good morning, Molly and y'all. Very hot and dry West Virginia. We need rain desperately. Prayers that we get some. Girl, I know. I want to send the rain up to you, Gwenda. We have had this unusual amount of crazy rain. I should have dry brown grass, and my grass will not quit growing. I mean, storms that are just dumping inches and inches of rain. So, I do hope you get some though, because I know what it is when you don't get any, and that's not good either. So, we will definitely pray for that 100%. So, but getting back, forgiveness is a really really hard thing, but you have to realize, look, when people wrong you, when people talk about you, when people cut you off, when all of these kind of things happen, you need to understand that a lot of times it really is not about you, unless you're a narcissist, and then everybody's cutting you off. And if everybody's cutting you off, let me be clear, there's one common denominator. It's you. Examine it. Look in the mirror. Don't be that person that nobody want to be around. But when somebody just, you're like, I don't understand. What I've done hasn't affected them. Whatever that looks like. Good morning, Michelle. Hey, girl, you got the prayers, sister. You got the prayers. They're coming to you. 100%. And you know what? I need you to know, whatever you're praying, it's going to work out. It will. Can't tell you how. Don't know if it's going to work out exactly how you want it. Can't promise that. But I'm going to tell you, whatever happens and how it ends up, girl, it's going to be used. It's going to be used somewhere for the greater good. I promise you, because that's been my whole life. Crap happening, people wronging me, people dying, financial crap. My whole life, girl. My whole life. And I never understood it. And I got flustered and I got anxious. And I wasted all that energy when I could have just given it to God. And even now, it's still tough when stuff happens. Even now, Michelle, it's tough. But I'm here to tell you, you stay true and you talk to God about it. And you let him know what's on your heart. And you let him know that you don't know why you're going through what you're going through. But you listen to me. He's going to walk you through it no matter what that looks like, okay? So I hope that helps you a little bit. Roger says, I love when people tell me that others are talking about me. I ask them, what did you say to defend me? Oh, Roger, that is a good thing. Absolutely. And when you have friends who do, Roger, they are amazing. Let me tell you, it is amazing. You hold on to those people. You may only have one or two, but you hold them, hold them, hold them. 100%. I have to tell you that don't spend too much time on the people who are talking about you, because let me let you in on a little secret. When people are talking about you, let them. Because people who don't know who you are going to be driven by curiosity to see what they're talking about. They're helping you. They're helping you. People want to get to know you then. They want to know, what's the big hubbub? What is all this? So let them talk about you in private. Let them talk about you in public. Let them assume, because if anybody takes what somebody else says about you without meeting you themselves and experiencing the love of Roger, let me be honest. Shame on them then, because they're missing out. That's how I get that. If you want to listen to what people are saying about me, or what people's opinions are of me, and you don't want to get to know me, and you don't want to give me a shot, and you want to say, oh, okay, really, that's who she is. Let me tell you something. You don't need to be in my life anyways. That's okay. Quit stressing over people who are prejudging you and they don't know you. People who hold on to the gossip. They don't walk in your shoes. Don't do that. Don't waste your time. That's what we're talking on today. We talking, hey, Linda, my friend. My friend, Linda. I love you, Linda. You all know that. We're not going to get hung up on that. I'll talk about it all day. Your very own bulletin board everywhere. Yes, sister, 100%. Love it, love it, love it. Don't get caught up. All we have is time. Yes, haters make me famous. And you are, Roger. Can I say, all them concerts, all those country stars, upcoming ones who went big, the way you went, the way you helped to promote them. Roger, I have been following you for years in your journey. Don't worry about them people. Them people jealous, dude. They completely jealous. They wish that they had gotten out and done the things you've done. That's all I'm going to say on that because I know. So it is good. It is good. We're talking about time. Don't waste time on things that who even cares if it gets fixed? Okay? Stop it. You know, time is one of these things that you can't get it back, y'all. So sometimes we have to wait on things because that's what God intends for us to do. But when he says wait, he doesn't mean wait, sit still, don't do anything, don't go on with life, sit in the corner, sit in the dark, don't worry about it. I'll let you know when I got it figured out. No, you need to move onward no matter what. But if anything stops you, do you realize sometimes the things that stop you are not God? Sometimes it's that evil presence of something that they don't. Look, the devil does not want you to move on and do good things. They do not want you to see what God has for you, okay? So sometimes you just let stuff stop you, right? Like just, I can't do this. I can't go on. This is devastating. And it probably is devastating. I'm not making light of that. But the ultimate choice of what you do when something happens in your life, good, bad, or indifferent, is still your choice, how you handle it. I could still be sitting in a world after my mom died at 16 and dad told me to leave at 18. I could have been drawn into a world of drugs, of putting myself out there in bad relationships, of letting people suck me in. And I didn't know what I was doing. I was this naive person cast out into the world trying to make it. And I just, I didn't know what I was doing. I was mad at God. I wasn't even talking to God, but I knew later God had me. But every bad choice I made then, they were my choices. I did those things. Oh, Gina is on here. Oh, my goodness. Hi, Cindy Bowman. I love you, Gina. Thank you. Whoever goes to the Lord for safety, whoever remains under the protection of the Almighty can say to him, you are my defender and protector. You are my God, and you I trust. There's a sermon right there, okay? There's a sermon right there. No matter what you say, there's a sermon right there. Thank you for that, Gina. That is amazing. Time can be your friend or time can be your enemy. But what are you doing with the dash? What are you doing with that time? And sometimes people don't understand, like when there's issues with relationships, when there's issues with a job, when there is issue with maybe an an employee that you're working with, when there's issues with your husband relationship. This book is greatly about things that Liza has have happened to her in her life. And in the true, hey, Callie, how are you, baby? Good to see you on here. You've just got to keep going, but use the time wisely. And look, you're going to mess up. Sometimes you're not going to mean in a bad situation to unpack there. You hear me say all the time, You know what? You're going to feel something. I need you to go ahead and feel it, because you know what? God gave us those emotions. Feel sad, feel empty, feel lost, feel like it's always you, feel frustrated. You are allowed to feel those things. But let me be clear. Don't unpack there. Do not unpack there. Do you realize that when you unpack there and you feel the devastation and you feel the grief and you feel the anger and you just soak up the bad stuff and you're not looking at the good stuff that you've had, that God has given you from the past, whatever it is, or what he could have for you going forward? Do you realize that you're not even walking or living the blessing that could be coming? When you unpack there and all the badness and everything that makes you sad, there's no way you're going to be used. The one thing that I have found out in the loss of my mom, and I know I was 16 when I lost mom, and then I lost my dad, and my relationship with my dad was not good, and I lost my Aunt Joyce, and I've lost my brother Mike. Let me tell you something. With all of those people, had I stayed in the everybody leaves me, I don't know if I can live life without them, or how about the failed marriage, right, that I had? I am not good for this. This had to be me. When you are in the midst of staying there, do you realize that your story will never touch another person if you continue to unpack in the grief or the anger, whatever? If you have someone to forgive, well, Molly, they're not worthy of the forgiveness. You know what? They probably aren't, but we're also not worthy of Jesus forgiving us. We mess up every single day. And we all profess to be Christians, right? I've almost gotten to the point where I don't even like the label Christian. Because I hear people all the time who say they're Christians, and yet they will go after somebody for their political view, right, wrong, or indifferent. They will go after somebody because they don't like something they say. They do not deliver in love. Nobody is allowed to have an opinion. Everybody wants to shut everybody off. They want to shun them because they don't like what they've done. And then when you go to their profile, they talk about how much they love Jesus. Holy Mother of God, y'all. Really? Really? So if you really love Jesus, if you really want to show somebody Jesus, shouldn't you be doing that in like the worst of times? In the worst of times. Gwenda, I got you. Everybody, don't forget to look at Gwenda's, she made a comment. Everybody get her on the prayer list, please, 100%. What I'm saying to you 100% is stop giving God a bad name because of your actions on social media, because more than 3/4 of you, if you saw that person that you're coming at in person, you would never say what you're saying, but you keyboard bullies get out there and you're giving Jesus a bad name. You need to stop. You're judgmental. You know, oh my goodness, I can't believe you. Why can't you believe it? You think people aren't messed up with things that they've heard? Seriously, like you're going to, the devil is thriving in this. He loves the fact that he is creating all this havoc over politics and COVID and this person and that person and you know, whether you're gay or straight or whatever. And all he commanded us to do was love one another. He never said love one another if they think exactly like you. He never said that. And if you're like, man, I'd really like to reach that person. Man, I'd really like to help that person. Well, when you're that person who is always judging and always slamming and always practicing everything except love. I mean, the last thing I read in the Bible just the other day was when Jesus, here comes the prostitute, and they want to stone her because she has slept with all the, you know, taking somebody off the side, you know, hey, we can, what do we say all the time? You know, hey, look, y'all be on the corner. I know how to work a corner. When you're in sales, you know you can sell anything. It's like us taking somebody and telling them what filthy scum they are because of what they're doing. But in reality, have you ever thought about where their life was that brought them to that place? Because you know what? Jesus knows. Jesus knows what brought that person to that place. And I got news for you. They were not sitting in their house at 5 years old saying, I want to be a hooker. I will guarantee that. They didn't say, hey, I want to go strip in a strip club. And I don't think the drug user ever said, I want to be addicted to drugs. At 6 years old, their thing was, I can't wait to get hooked on heroin. I don't think the alcoholic ever says at 6 years old, dude, I want to get tore up on vodka and Jack Daniels the rest of my life. I don't see that. But what happens is all you see is in the moment. All you see is who they are now. And you immediately want to just say, they're horrible because of that. No, they're not. They're sinners. Guess what? Just like you, just like me. You think that because you don't have something major that we look at going on in your life that people see, that you are without sin, because here you are making one sin bigger than another. I got news for you. You can go tell that little white lie to that person in the office, or call in and tell your boss that you're sick and you're not, and you just need a day off. And I got news for you. The way God sees it, that man picking up that bottle or picking up that needle and abusing himself, come on. Absolutely, Michelle. God doesn't put sin on a scale. Sin is sin. And what amazes me is we're all busy picking at each other, picking at everybody, picking out everybody's sin. Let me call out your sin and your sin and your sin, and you got a whole pile of it that you're carrying in your back pocket. Do you know how I know that? Because I've been that person in my life. This is not me judging you. This is me telling you that I've been where you're at, if that's what you're doing. And do you know what God showed me? Girl, never forget where you've come from. Never forget what I've saved you from, Molly Stonebib. Never forget the failed marriages. Never forget the failed family relationships. Never forget, Molly. Never forget the things. Never forget the lies in your life. Never forget the times you failed as a parent, Molly. Never forget, Molly, that you haven't made all the right decisions in your life. So before you get on them, hey, sister, let's concentrate. Let's concentrate. You should be helping these people. You should be lifting them up. Hey, Steph, I see you, girl. We've got to stop that. We got to stop that. And we got to quit wasting time. Because that's what this is about. When the only thing you have left to give is time. Have you ever thought about if some of you wish somebody thought differently? If you just give them time, if you just love them through it, instead of judging them, did you ever think that maybe that could happen? Or how about this? You're so used to seeing somebody where they've been for the time that you've been following them, or the time that you've loved them, or the time that you've known them, and they make a shift, and suddenly, because they make a shift that's better for them, suddenly, who are they? I just don't want anything to do with them. I'm not going to support them. I'm not going to like their post. I'm going to pretend like I don't know them. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. How do you know that what's going on with them is not exactly what God's going to use? You have no clue. You know, we talk about women supporting women. What was it, some women equality thing? You know, I don't know. That's gone to a whole different level, in my opinion. This women equality thing. I got news for you women. You women who are all for all the equality thing. Hey, I can vote like everybody else. Get out there and vote. But I got news for you. I love it when my man opens my door for me. I love it when my man says, can I lift that up for you? Baby, let me get that for you. Hey, baby, how can I help you? Hey, baby. He doesn't do it because he thinks I'm weak. He does it because he loves me. So equality on the right things, that's absolutely right. Hey, I'm sure that I could probably do exactly what a man does in business. I'm all for that, okay? But let me tell you something. I want my man to be a man. And if I want the men want to be in the front, fighting, doing what they're doing. And even if there's women, I believe if they want to go fight, go do it. You won't be a police officer, go do it. Dude, I'm 6 foot tall. I'm no small woman. I don't want to go wrestle a man or take him down that's 280 pounds and meant to be stronger than me. I don't. So my equality is my brain works too. My equality is, hey, I can do this too. I love equality. Women should, again, I think it all started with voting and stuff like that. But you know what? You can't have it both ways. Feminism, all this stuff. And I know I will lose some people because of this, but I don't care. I'm saying it. End of story is, I like being a woman. Okay? I like it. I'm just going to say it. I'm going to put it out there. And I like it when a man opens a door for me. And I watched something the other day on TikTok or Reels or something where some woman was giving some man crap because he simply opened a door for her. He did what mama told him to do when he was a little boy. And you want to know why men aren't doing that these days? Because they don't know who's going to blast them next. Because they don't know who's going to go, oh, what, you think I couldn't get the door? Oh, you want to go take my groceries to the car? What, do you think I can't pick up the groceries and take them in the car? You people, and I'm not going to call them Karens, because here's the truth. There are Barbaras, there are Anns, there are Mollys, there are Debbies, there are everybody out there, probably Gwendas and Michelles and Stephanies who are out there doing it. You people, just such extremists. Let go. Let go of that. If you have to yell at, if you don't want somebody to open the door for you, that's okay. But you won't yell, I'm a woman, but it's okay for me to open the door for you. What is that? What? Okay, I'm just getting off. I'm sorry. I can't stand it. Sometimes I watch way too much crap and I see people and I'm like, you people. And it's okay. And look, let me tell you something. I need you to know. It's okay if you want to be that person. But let me tell you something. You don't get to have things both ways. You want to be a woman when you want to be a woman. You want to be a feminist and an equal this and an equal that when you want to be that. You make up your own definition for everything. Nobody can keep up for you. Last I saw, that was a narcissist. Never knows what you want. Never knows how you want somebody to treat them. The men can't win. They damned if they do. They damned if they don't. My God, no wonder they don't want to be men these days. Whew! We are a whole lot, ladies. Just saying. You need to straighten it out 100%. Okay, let's get back to it. We're talking about time. We're talking about time. We're talking about the fact that you only are given so much. And sometimes we have to wait on the Lord. We do. Sometimes we do. And sometimes we have to work through stuff ourselves. Sometimes we do. It's okay. It's all right. But sometimes we fight what we know is needed. And Liza really touches on this. I'm going to read this. This was another one because I have gone through divorce and I've gone through separations. And I can only imagine what she was feeling. And let me just be clear. I know Lee's on here too, so I'm not saying this behind his back. Many of you, hey Irma, how are you, girlfriend? I see you there. Lee Bibb, I love that man. I love that man with everything in me. But let me tell you what else he can do. He can piss me off better than anybody else in the whole entire universe. He can. He can. Let me tell you something else. Me, I'm a wonderful person. You notice I'm smiling and laughing when I say that. I believe I'm the best wife in the world. But let me tell you what I can be too. I can be that know-it-all, spoiled bee. Yes, I can. I said it. And the worst can come out in me. And do you know who it's going to come out in? It's going to come out on Lee because you know what? He's my person and he takes more abuse from me than anybody else. He does. I'm going to say that. We have hit things in our life. In all honesty, I can tell you we are getting ready to celebrate in October our 19th wedding anniversary. But when I go back and I look through my journals, I'm going to tell you there are times that had I handled things differently, we should not be together. I'm shocked that we still are. I believe we've always loved one another, but because we built our relationship and decided right from the beginning that we were going to build it around God, that even when we got it wrong, we are here. We are still here. And in 19 years, we are stronger than we've ever been. But I need you to know something. We weren't always that strong. We weren't. There were times I needed time. Lee wanted me just to get over something. And I'm that person that even when he comes and says, I'm sorry, I'm like, I get it. You're sorry. I accept it. But give me a minute. I just can't downshift that way. Took him a long time to realize that with me. He would come back and go, what are you going to do? Are you going to punish me forever? What do you want me to, Lee, this is dramatically. What do I need to do? Cut off a finger for you? Dude, I'm just asking for time. And then we would talk about it later, and we would laugh about it later. But in the moment, it wasn't real funny. Just saying, it wasn't real funny. We have been through some tough times. We have been through tough times because most of our tough times were never about us. They were about family. You want the truth? That's the truth. It was about other people. It was always about other people, whether it was his family or it was my family or something in between. It was always about other people. But you know what? That's how it rolls. It's normally not about what the person here is. It's about other people. Sometimes it is about the person. But for us, it wasn't. But they could be some really, really, really mean. Stephanie, must be because I'm talking about all those things people don't want to talk about, girl. You know me. It comes. I don't know. I don't even know where it comes from because I didn't plan on talking about this, but we are. I love you, Stephanie. I miss you. You and I haven't talked. So, yeah, good deal. Michelle, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, 34. Can't even imagine, but hey, congratulations. I am vying to be you guys. That's wonderful. So that's how things roll. We want everybody, oh Molly, you guys are just the best couple. Look, I admit, I feel like we are a really good couple. We are meant for one another. But Lee and I always laugh and we go, daggone man, I wish we were just as good as everybody thought we were. We've had our struggles too. Now, I may not be the one who posts all my struggles on Facebook because I'm certainly not one for that. But I feel like I've always righteously been upfront with you all to say, don't ever think it's as perfect as it looks for anybody because there are no perfect marriages or relationships or friendships out there. There are not. These people, we have never fought a day in our life, or we have never done this, or well, if you haven't, somebody's not being honest, because don't tell me you think exactly alike all the time. That's what I say to that. But hey, it's okay. It's okay. To each his own. I'm just the person that the reason I can share like this is because I am brutally honest about myself. I will tell you what I've done. I will tell you all the times I've tripped. I could have made up a great story about me breaking my arm years ago. But you know what? I didn't. I said, you know what I did? I was going up the steps, people, and I tripped and I fell on my arm and I broke it. Complete. Molly, how did your feet get wrapped up like that? I don't know. I wanted to blame it on AGE, but really it was just clumsy. CLUMSY. That's what it was. This is how it is. 31 years for Dennis. Woo! You guys. Hi, Rosie. Good to see you. Tracy. Hey, good to see you, baby. So yeah. So there's a whole lot. There's a whole lot going on. But time. Now, she's going to be coming at this in a completely different way. Now look at the verse that they talk about on this. Be gracious to me, O Lord, for I am languishing. That's a word that doesn't get used a lot these days. I am languishing. Heal me, O Lord, for my bones are troubled. Have you ever been so troubled that I can honestly say, I feel it in my bones? I have to tell you, I was starting to feel trouble 6 months ago, a year ago. I felt it in every orifice of my body, every bone in my body. My brain was feeling it. I was filled with worry, praying, God, show me I have something different. Lord, I need to know your direction. What is going on here? I feel like everything around me is falling apart. Please, God, save me. And I didn't hear him say, it's coming in time, Molly. Just keep going and doing everything you can because it's coming, my child. I was too busy worrying, didn't want to listen to him. I just want him fix it just like that, right? That's what it is. Look at all these. Cynthia, 46 years. Oh my goodness. Karen, for 34 years. All right, y'all, stop showing off. I know it's only going to be 19 for me, but you do give me hope that I'm going to see the other 19, okay? So I appreciate that so much. But quit. I know what you're doing. You're showing off. You just marriage perfecters. That's what you are. And it makes me so happy because we see so much divorce. We see so much divorce in this day and age. And you all, I know a lot of you who are commenting, I guarantee you fought to keep that intact and you worked with each other. So congratulations, and don't ever stop. Don't ever stop celebrating it. Okay? Okay, so listen. This is what Liza said. Let's kind of go through this. She's going to give us a few things here. And if you're just coming on and you missed the first part, hey, I'm going to have to go back and watch the replay because I don't even know where that came from, but I think everybody should hear it. I really do, because I think that was God-given. This is what Liza says. I love today's passage because it's a prayer first offered up by someone who knows the pain of languishing. That's not a word I use often, but it's actually the perfect word to describe what I felt during the years of great pain and uncertainty about my marriage. Many people ask why I stayed and fought for my marriage. The answer is that it's as complicated and intricate as trying to understand what makes the ocean pull back and stop at that shore. As I've talked about before, there was a season when it wasn't reasonable or responsible to stay, so there were long stretches of separation in our journey. Let's go back just a minute. For a lot of you, if you haven't been following here, Liza's husband had an affair, and she found out about it while she was going through breast cancer. And you talk about a hard time. And this book, these devotionals, kind of talk about what was going on during the time and how God got her through this. But what she had to do, not looking for him just to do it, what did she have to endure? This is a great read, by the way. It's called Seeing Beautiful Again. Even though we're going through it, I recommend her highly. She's an amazing sharer. She really is. Okay, she says, as I've talked about before, there was a season when it wasn't reasonable or responsible to stay, so there were long stretches, just like when the ocean doesn't respect the boundaries of the shoreline and hurricane conditions force evacuations. What a great relatable thing there. But when the shoreline became safe again, when the hurricane was past, and I had a choice. See, there's always a choice. It doesn't just happen. You must choose it. You must choose to work it through. You must choose forgiveness no matter what you're dealing with at this time. But then the shoreline became safe again and I had a choice. To say I wrestled through fears of being hurt again is an understatement. There was also so much pain and so much damage done that it felt like trying again was harder than walking away. Think about that. You walk away, you stay. You walk away, you stay. She had all these years invested. She says there were times it felt like staying and trying again, that was going to be much harder than walking away. Our journey had lasted so long with so many dashed hopes along the way that I just didn't know if I had anything left to give. So I gave the only thing I could give, and that was time. I made the decision to let some time pass and just observe how committed Art was to pursuing healing, whether or not I was open to him pursuing it. And I sought out wise advice from trusted friends who had been through life-altering heartbreaks and were now walking in healing. No matter what trauma or difficult issues you are facing, this is not just about marriage. Listen to me. No matter what trauma or difficult issues you are facing, here are 3 pieces of wisdom those friends gave me that were truly helpful. So listen, number 1, trust is built with time plus believable behavior. Have you ever been in a situation where you're saying to yourself, I hear what you say, but your actions aren't matching. I hear what you say. I hear what you say you want to do. I hear what you say you're going to do. But baby, I'm looking over here and there ain't nothing you're saying that you want to do, that you're going to do, that you are doing. It is not happening. I don't understand. So what she says is trust is built with time, because it does take time, plus believable behavior. In other words, walk the walk and stop just talking the talk. My counselor taught me this, and it took the pressure off of me to feel like I had to figure everything out. I just had to pay attention to choices that Art was making, what the Lord was saying to me in my daily time in His Word, and how my own healing was going. I was honest during this season about both my progress and my setbacks. Believe me, there will always be setbacks, always, but there's progress too. My emotions got triggered, and I often wanted to talk about what I was experiencing. And honestly, the very best gauge I had was Art's reaction, Art's behavior, that person's behavior, that job's behavior. If he was patient and understanding, it built my confidence that his heart was in a tender place. Number 2, he will either be in recovery or relapse. A wise friend of mine who knew how addictions can complicate healing situations shared this with me. It isn't as clear cut in some situations, but for me, I could tell by his daily choices. The choices that someone makes often points to the habits they are establishing for their life moving forward. Healthy choices become habits that become healthy patterns, that become a healthy life of recovery. My part in all of this is to always be honest about what I'm seeing, about what action she was seeing. Health or unhealthy, recovery or relapse. This isn't to put a label on someone, but rather to honestly gauge how to move forward. Number 3, Liza, what do you ultimately want? Let me ask y'all something before we get into this part. With whatever you're struggling with, whatever relationship, whatever situation, something with your job, something with your kids, something with your husband, no matter what it is, do you even know what you ultimately want? And are you seeing it happening where you're at? What do you want from all of this? And if you're not seeing any steps forward to getting what you want, do you just think it's going to suddenly change? No. Sometimes the change is up to you, because nobody's going to tell you what to do. You have to make a choice. If you haven't figured out with all this time thing and all this life thing and all this living thing, the choices of everything are your choices. No, Molly, I had to do this for my kids. It is absolutely still your choice. No, Molly, you don't understand. I put all this time, all this years, all that into this. You don't understand. Just the letting go, the this or that. The ultimate choice is yours. I get it. It hurts. It's painful. You're not sure what to do. Do you stay? Do you leave? I don't know what that looks like. But in the end, the choice is yours. So you can put it on everything else. You can say, this is why I'm staying. This is why I'm going. But in the end, the choice is yours, y'all. The choice is mine. And it's hard. My first marriage, saying no. I gave it 2 more chances besides the first 17 years. It didn't go right. I had to finally say the words weren't matching the actions. I cannot be here. This feels abusive. This doesn't feel like it's going anywhere good. And guess what? Boom. You decide, I'm not doing this anymore. This isn't bringing any value to my life. This is not helping me to be better. This is not giving me the dreams, the hopes, the wants, what I wanted. It's just changed. It's not good anymore, and it doesn't look like it's getting better. The decision can be hard, but in the end, you're the one. You're the one who has to decide. Hi, Kathy. I see you. Hey, Nancy. I see you there. Thanks for joining, girlfriend. Let's go to the next one. What do you ultimately want? This simple question also proved incredibly helpful during this season. My answer was that I wanted to be able to enjoy simple moments again. And if that's what I wanted, I had to make choices that fed peace into my life rather than constantly jumping on the emotional charged opportunities that are often presented in moments of relationship crisis. What's she saying? What she's saying is if what you're involved in, if what is bringing you strife, what do you want? Do you want peace? Do you want to know you're going to be okay? Do you want to know you have something to be proud of? Do you want to know that this is not how it was supposed to be? I need something better. I need something different here. Can this be fixed? Can this be? You've got to see that. You got to know what you want. I have had, especially in the last year and a half, 2 years, I felt like I did not have peace. I didn't know who I was. Hey, Angela, how are you, babe? I did not know what I wanted. I did not know. I felt like I was becoming useless. I couldn't help the people that I was used to helping. I feel like I'm just in this thing. I am swimming upstream and I wasn't getting anywhere. What is going on? This puzzle piece that's just out there, just trying to find the puzzle, and I couldn't find it. And I'm praying, God, I need to know. You've got to have more for me. This can't be the end. This can't be how things end up. You did not bring me through all these messes in my life. You did not bring me through one more thing in my life to say that, you know what, this is how it's supposed to end. And you know what he reminded me of? I'm still breathing. And I needed to find where I was going to be able to take that breath easily again, because I needed peace and I needed stability. And I needed different, but yet it's so hard to stop looking at what was, because all you want to do is fix it. All you want to do is make it better. And you want to make it better for everybody. But you can't, because you're not that person. Can't. You don't have that kind of power. So I said, God, what are you going to do with me? What are you going to do with me? And he said, you just keep doing what you're doing, because I'm going to bring you to it. You watch. I'm going to bring you to it. And if I believe his word, I had to believe he's going to bring me to it. And I'm going to know it, because you know what I ask? Could you hit me over the head with a 2x4? Please, God. Because I'm kind of dumb, kind of stupid like that. Like, you give me a little push and I'm like, was that you? Was that somebody else? What was it? Is it the fact that, my butt's big and somebody just hit it? Could you give me could you give me, like, slam me, Lord, slam me with it and say, this is what I want for you. And he did. And he does. Watch what you wish for, because you just might get it. I heard that a lot of times in my life. It's like asking for patience. Please, God, make me a more patient person. Watch what you wish for, because the only way you're going to get patience is to keep going through stuff so that you develop the patience. It's not a magic wand where he goes, okay, here's patience. If you're like, God, I need financial stability. I need to be more financially sound. God, I need something, here. He doesn't go, okay, Molly, I just planted your money tree in the backyard, baby. Go ahead. Go ahead with it. Go pick them $100 bills, girlfriend. You go do that. No, he says, I'm going to put something in your path and I need you to pick up, and you're going to have to nourish it and you're going to have to work it. But I'm going to tell you, it's here. It's here, girl. It's in front of you. But it's not like that. It's not the magic wand. Everybody, God heals somebody. Do you know? It's like saying, God, please, I don't want to be diabetic anymore. Could you please heal me, God? I don't want to be diabetic anymore, but you keep picking up the ho-hos. And I'm not talking about one ho-ho every now and then. Like you went to Costco and you got the whole, do they even make ho-hos anymore? I know they make ding-dongs. I know I'm squirreling. I'm just saying, it is no difference. Yeah. Ask for strength, not patience. But you know what? Even when you ask for strength, do you know how strong you really can be? When it becomes heavier. When it becomes heavier. And do you know what happens when you get over that hump? You are stronger. Do you know what happens when you allow God to work you through that situation? Do you know what happens? You suddenly go, daggone, I had a little bit more patience with that. I didn't want to kill my son in that moment. That's pretty awesome. What makes you stronger is what you've come from, people. Come on, friends. We are made for more. God uses the pain. God uses the difficulties. It doesn't mean that he gave you the difficulties. Your decisions, good or bad, probably brought you there. Let me be clear. Me doing this with you here right now, do you realize that you all would have no reason except my craziness and my squirreliness, big hair, all that. You'd have no reason to follow me except somewhere in the path that I have been sharing for the last 20 years. You all have said, oh my Lord, I can relate. Oh my gosh, I know exactly what she's saying. Oh my gosh, I can't believe she's talking about that, like that happened. But yet, it's because you are like, I need to hide that. I don't ever want to think I thought like that. I don't ever want anybody to know I failed like that. I walked that journey so that you would know you're not alone. We are not connected by coincidence because I do not believe in coincidence. We are connected because it was meant to be. And some of your stories have taken me to a place of saying, God, you knew that I wanted to know that I wasn't alone. And then you share it with me. And you comment. And you say, I know what you're talking about, Molly. I have been there. And I go, thank you, God. Because for a moment there, I was kind of feeling alone. And alone is hard. You're not alone unless you choose alone. When you choose alone and you unpack there, it's a bad place to be. 100%. I didn't do this perfectly, but I did do it intentionally, Liza says. I intentionally chose not to take the bait Satan often offered me to say cutting remarks, pile on shame, or present myself as the one who made better choices. You know how that goes? Have you ever done that? Look, I've done it. I'm going to tell you. I am the one who will stick Lee. Oh my gosh. Lee can go, no. That's not how it should be. We should be doing this, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm telling you, you're wrong. This is how it is. This is what really happens. Do you know what I'm right? Do you know what I have to fight doing? Okay, here we go. Honest moment here because Jesus is calling me to it. When I am right and Lee is wrong, I am right there. What did I tell you? I told you that's how it was. I'm admitting it. Okay, don't judge me. I feel you. It's coming through the screen. I feel and you judge it, but I'm that person. I'm here to tell you. I am that person. You know what? And by the way, Bib can be that person too. Okay, let's be clear. Bib can be that. Now we both kind of try to, oh, babe, yeah, that's how it was. Okay, it's all good. You know what I'm feeling inside? Yes, indeed. Doesn't mean that doesn't mean you don't feel it, but it doesn't mean you have to be that person, okay? But I'm going to tell you, I can be that person. I can. It's Satan. You got to stop it. It's Satan. Forgiveness is a process. Hear this. Forgiveness is not, I'm just going to forgive him. I'm going to forgive him. Okay, it's done. Really? I need to learn from you if that's how you can do it. Because I'm going to tell you, forgiveness for me, when it's been something bad, has been a process. A process. 100%. Healing is a long journey. And I'll never ever criticize another person for choices they made that were different from mine when placed in the same horror and heartbreak as I was. So here's one for you. Listen, I'm just going to share this. I wasn't going to. I tried to stay away from this so much and just live the positive of this. But I have been massively judged. Let me just put it out here. Judge, shun the whole thing because I chose another stream of income, Market America. It's like a dirty word somewhere in my other company's mouth. I don't know what that's all about, but everybody seems to be talking about it. I am still a part of my other company. But instead of just everybody's made their own story about that, because the ones who truly know are the ones who came and they asked me. They asked me, Molly, what's happening? Why the other stream of income? Even though I said it right on the first live that I did, Molly, what is this all about? What's going on here? Let me tell you what it's about. Since we're here, and you can probably just go share it. So for all these groups that you're in, where they are righteously talking about me and slamming me, and won't say my name, but they will say MSB. In case you didn't know, that's Molly Stone Bibb. Just so you know, let me tell you, what I was making in my previous company, I was no longer making. I held. You all know, you've watched my Uber and my DoorDash journey. I was back to DoorDashing 48 hours a week with my blind husband where the sun is not good for him. We were out doing this. And I'm 61 years old. And I was in a position that I was going to lose everything I had because my income was cut by 2/3. So you want the choice? There's the choice. The choice is I waited as long as I could and said, God, show me what I need to do. Show me, God, because honestly, I feel like I am absolutely made for this industry. I love people, but am I too old to bring something else on? My love for the people who were in my previous company has never changed. Not one iota. The success that I want to see for my other company is 100% there. I want to see it. I want to see it boom. I want it to be great for everybody. I want it to be wonderful. So yeah, I'm talking about the taboo here. Take it and use it and do what you got to do here. But it was not wonderful for me anymore by itself. I could not say that any longer. I couldn't. So I had to make a move to add something else because I'm going to be clear with you. I don't want to climb up 3 flights of stairs and DoorDash the rest of my life. I will continue to do it for the time that I have to, but I had to build something else that I could also be around to make sure my husband was okay and my sister-in-law was okay because they needed a roof over their head, and I am the money earner in this house. Everybody contributes. Don't be fun. It's not just, I'm just saying. I am. So if you want the story and you want to know the reasoning, and you know what? For all of you who are out there saying that it's because I don't work hard enough, that it's because, because I just gave up, shame on you. Because you are the same people who've been following me for years, praising me for my efforts, praising me for sharing, praising me for whatever, even when I said don't praise me because I don't get it right all the time. This is not a take one or the other. This was survival. This was what I needed to do so it would work in my life. So if you want to hate me for that, hate me for that. I am going to, of course, share and celebrate what is working for me because guess what? That's what I do. And the only reason you're not liking what I'm doing now is because it doesn't serve your purpose. Let me say that. It doesn't serve your purpose. And I'm sorry, but I'm working on God's purpose right now. I'm working on God's purpose, and he said, you want a way to make this work so that you can build and you want to be in your sweet spot. Well, Molly, you're going to have to work really hard. Molly, you're going to have to do what you need to do. Molly, you need to make more money. You go do it. You do. I'm going to give you a way. But for some of the people out there talking and running their mouths and saying that I did this because it's about trashing them, you don't know me if that's what you believe. Because the truth of the matter is, there is nobody that loved my other company as bad as I did. Nobody supported my other company the way that I supported them. I stood up on stages and I told you guys what I believe. I was completely 100% in it to win it. But by itself anymore, it was not winning it for me. And hey, by the way, if it's still winning it for you, I am here for you. I am there for it. But I have to tell you, Molly Stone Bibb has not changed. And if you're still in a group talking about me, hey, newsflash, keep talking about me. Because all you're doing is making people curious about what's going on in my life, how I can continue to love everybody in both of these streams of income. Boy, it's okay. I don't even know why this was coming out right now, but it is, so I guess it's all God-driven. But for those who want to love me in silence, it's okay. I respect it. I thought that we were all the tribe that celebrated everybody's success, no matter who it was. Somebody who has brought some value to your life, somebody who has in some way helped you in your industry, who has in some way told you you'll get through those problems. I thought there was value there, and I continue to try to bring it. I continue. But to judge me because of something that I needed to survive, and because I chose something that you don't like? Wow. It's okay. But I'm tired of the stories. I'm tired of the lies. I'm tired of people, and the people who are talking about it have never once come to me. Never once come to me to say, Molly, what's going on? And I guarantee you that every single person who has says, Molly, what's going on? Why? I have never said I can't tell you. But you know what I haven't done? You've never seen me one time. Pick it out if I have. You have never seen me one time say anything remotely horrible about my other company or Market America. And guess what? There's things about all companies that you don't like. Let's be true. If you're joining one, think you're going to love everything, good luck with that, because it doesn't. But what I will tell you is no matter what you join, it takes hard work, and it takes dedication, and it takes belief. And it takes those opinions of other people, and you have to say, you go ahead, because all you're doing, your opinions, are just driving me to say, I know I can. In a really horrible time when I thought I was going to lose everything and I was going to have to file for bankruptcy. Yeah, there it is. You want to hear it? I thought that's what this was going to come to. And by the way, it wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault that it got there. I was working everything as hard as I could. It's just things happened. I'm not even going to get into that because it doesn't even matter. But if you want to know the story, there it is. There it is. Because, my Lord, somebody go back and tell Daniel Cabrera, tell him. If he's going to tell the story, tell it correctly. Tell it correctly. And if you really want to know the story, you come to me. You come to me, every single one of you. I have no problem telling anybody about my life. By the way, that's what I've been doing for the last 5 months. 5 months with Market America. I've been telling my story. That's what I've been doing. And as far as mentioning my other company, I'm not allowed to mention that because I cannot talk about both companies on the same page. Anybody ever think about that? Just saying. No, it's easier to say that Molly's a traitor. It's easier to say that the person who earned and was given the Yellow Rose of Courage and the Guiding Spirit Award and the Visionary Award, matter of fact, the only person in this company's history that has earned all three of those awards by supporting her tribe in any way she could. That's who I am. But because I had to do something different, I had to make a choice. And I had to make a choice because I was told I had to make a choice. Because if I didn't, I was going to lose my account. So do you want truth? There's truth for you. So when you want to go into the groups for drama and you want to hear what they have to say, believe the drama if you want to. But let's figure out who's ever been honest with you even when you don't like it. And many of you will say, oh my God, Molly, why you say that? You said that? Yeah, I did. Because if you want the truth, you're going to get the truth from me. So why don't you share this live? Why don't you put the truth on this? Because I've just released some mad information that I have been trying hard not to release unless somebody came to me personally. But I am sick and tired of my name being in the mouth of people who don't know a dang thing. Just like Liza said, I intentionally chose to not take the bait Satan often offers me. Be gone, Satan, because I am never ashamed to get out and speak the truth, no matter what it cost me. And for my sisters and my brothers who truly are in my other company, you rock it and you go for it. I am here for you. I love you. Nothing has changed. I am the same I almost said that. Dang person I have always been. I still try to support in any way I can. But when my hands were tied that I had to choose that was going to save my family. If you want to judge me for that, you go right ahead. But I speak the truth. And I stand on it. And by the way, I have no regrets because I did the best I could with the rules that I was given. So there I am. There I am. You want it, you got it. I don't even know how this played in that, but it just did. So you want to take this to your groups? Take this to your groups. You want to share this on your page? You share this on your page. Because that's the truth. 100%. If you know me, you know where my heart is. But as Lisa Wilbur always told me, sometimes you have to put your own oxygen mask on first before you can be any good for somebody else. And I want to continue to be good for you. I want to continue to be some sort of light in your path. And I want one day for God to look at me and say, well done, my good and faithful servant. You spoke truth. And you let people take that and do with that what you will. So I hope that this will help put all the talk that I heard was going on at the other company's conference, and you should be talking about that company, not about another company. What's wrong with you people? You should be getting all your love from there. Come on. Can we all do better? And since when can't you come to me? Have I ever made it to where you can't come to me and ask me anything that I'm going to be honest with you about? I am still her. I just chose where God led me. And by the way, I don't have regret number one. Not one. I guess God had to push me to choose what I talked about, one or the other. But in the end, where there is light, I am following. And that's where the light is right now, y'all. But I'm not judging any of you for your choices. I'm not. I'm not. I'm praising you. I'm celebrating you. I'm trying to still do what I know I'm here to do. So I hope that this will help you get back to business no matter where you're working, and you will rock the socks off of what you're doing. I love you guys. I'm sorry, not sorry that it went here. And you guys have a wonderful day. And don't let people keep you down, and don't let Satan get in your head. I'll see you next Tuesday.